Okay guys, welcome back to the episode we've been waiting for. People have been long asking and waiting, and they want to know my thoughts. I've been running this for a while now. The Gigabyte Aorus 360 with the wonderful TV screen in it. Well, here's my thoughts. Guys, it's been a while. I've been running this, as I said, for quite a while now. As you know from the last video, it's been quite a while. And the reason for that was I've had lots of problems and issues from that time till now, not necessarily all pertaining to that AIO. I had a motherboard die, I've had nothing but video card problems, and so on, and it's just been an absolute nightmare, and that is a whole other video. But as for this AIO, overall, it's doing a great job. As far as aesthetics, build quality, and overall fit and finish, this AIO is probably the best AIO I've ever used. Is it a whole lot cooler than the other guys? And I gotta say, the video screen is absolutely phenomenal. And that just, absolutely blew my mind. I'm so proud of that, and how my LastGameHunter logo is in there, and it just looks phenomenal. The way I have my addressable set for my fans going from a white to red like they're doing here in the video is just amazing. I love red. But I wanted to do something a little different because I actually had an addressable option, and I wanted to make sure I was utilizing that addressability. So that, with my other fans doing something else, kind of gave it a sharp appearance. Now, that is the aesthetics. It's absolutely mind-blowing. The fans are carbonite plastic housed, so I've learned that they're a very strong plastic. There is no flex to them whatsoever, and there is no vibrations or anything that you would deter or dislike from these fans. They're very quiet until, of course, they rev up, which is what you'd expect. Now, that being said, my only concern is the whole entire AIO is software driven. Now, me saying that has been a huge problem. Now, so when I did the test originally, this was all tested using the AIO with my test bench. And in the test bench, the AIO was software driven via a USB plug that plugs into your board, and then you have to run Aorus engine. Now, Aorus engine is a piece of software where you can adjust, alter, or overclock, or do all kinds of stuff with your video card and your AIO. So that is pretty cool, all in all, except without that software running, the AIO just stays at one speed and does not rev up or rev down, or vary on temperature, or anything, and it's very confusing. Now, I might be able to bypass that by maybe using a Y-splitter and going to the AIO off the onboard, because the fans themselves will connect to the board. I just don't know how well that's going to perform, knowing that the pump is not revving up or revving down, and that's what's bothering me. And if you guys know or have done this with this AIO, please let me know in the comments below, because I am absolutely wishing to not use Aorus engine, and here's why. Okay, so let's talk about Aorus engine. Aorus engine is a piece of software that allows you to alter your fans, overclock, change your voltage, and so on, timings, whatever, to your video card, and also controls the AIO. So you can change your RPM of your pump, your fans, or auto or manual or whatever you want to do. It's a customizing software for the operations of video card and AIO to the best of my knowledge. I don't know if it does anything else, but definitely does that. Now, I run all Gigabyte hardware. So my video cards, even my older that I have in the test bench, are RX 580s. So they're Gigabyte RX 580s. They're G1 gamers. Good cards. In fact, those cards are pretty hard hitting still in today's gaming. One of the best 1080p cards without having to pay through the nose. In fact, I would probably buy that card over a 5500 XT in most cases. Now I'll have to get my hands on one of those to try that, but the bottom line is, with the 580s, Aorus engine freezes. So whether you're running a 580, 570, or 590, Rev 2, Rev 1, the system freezes. So what'll happen now, the system doesn't crash. This is the interesting part. It'll fire up, I'll wait, there's the freeze, wait, screen goes black and then comes back, and the machine's fully functional again. Okay, so it works. But it shouldn't have to do that. So there was problem number one. So if you're running a 590, a 580, or a 570, you're probably going to experience this issue. Freezing up, then your machine starts to run again on boot up, every single boot up. This is without flaw. Does it every time. Now if you can bypass that or forget that happens, good for you, but I couldn't. Not for the money spent. Now we jump forward. And moving forward, the 580 was not the card that I was going to use anyway. It's the 5600 XT that I did an open box on. Oh boy. The problems just continue. So, with the out of the box BIOS, my screen flickered only when Aorus engine ran. If I turned Aorus engine off, everything was perfect. Perfect. Then I did the update to update the BIOS because Aorus engine has to run my water pump. Well, now the system's running. It's running great when it runs. And I just said that, when it runs. So Aorus engine now randomly will just reboot my computer. It doesn't give me any grief. It doesn't give me an error code. It doesn't crash. It just says, turn off, start up. So recently, after the newest BIOS I've done on the video card, I have gotten it to run for a day and a half without a reboot. And today, no reboot whatsoever, but it did reboot twice yesterday, and all due, in my opinion, to Aorus engine. Because without Aorus engine, the problem doesn't persist. So, it's hard for me to say go out and buy this water cooler, even though it probably is one of the best water coolers out there. But Aorus engine needing to be its backbone may cause you grief, and I'm just going to put that out there right now because it's hard for me to review this solidly when I love it so much and know that if I say this is the best thing to go out and grab, it's not going to do you any justice and give you more grief than it's worth. And I'm being one of the biggest Gigabyte people, period. Gigabyte is everywhere for me. They do not, and I want to make that clear, they do not sponsor me in any which way. I've sent messages to them. I've told them I'm trying to do a review on this. They have no errors that they know of to give me. And it just boggles my mind. Now, I know there's a lot of other AIOs out there with video screens in them. NXT, I think, or NZXT, or whatever it is, now have it. I think Asus have it. Asus, I'm not a fan of, but I am a fan of Gigabyte, and that's what I wanted. That was my dream AIO. I have it. Other than Aorus engine, I love it. Does the Aorus engine and the AIO reboot the computer? No. It's something to do with the combination of Aorus engine and my video card. But that said, I have to run Aorus engine for the AIO. So guys, that is my conclusion on this. I wish it wasn't software driven. I wish Aorus engine was not needed. I wish they came out with a solution to solve this. Like I said, the fans themselves I could possibly control direct to the board. And if anybody has done this, let me know. But I want to know that you're not running a Aorus engine to control the pump and what your temps are like. So that part scares me. Overall, the fit, finish, design, everything is what you would expect of an Aorus product. Is very solid. I have nothing to say bad about the water cooler in any which way or form other than software controlled. I contacted Gigabyte. They told me there was no other way. It had to be software controlled. And I'm still running it. I'm trying to work this out. I'm trying to get the bugs out. And if I figure this out, I will definitely put up a new video telling you guys how to fix it if you're coming across the same problems. So this has not been a smooth endeavor. I built my dream machine, minus maybe wanting a much different video card. But hey, let's face it, money is money, and you put in what you can afford. Now, again, the video card is Gigabyte. I went all Gigabyte thinking, you're not going to have any problems. Well, that's not true. So guys, I'm not here to slam Gigabyte in any which way or form. They've been good to me as far as chatting with me, talking to me. But I cannot give this a solid review due to the Aorus engine software. So I hope this helps. I am a frustrated LastGameHunter, big time, because I cannot live stream and I cannot do anything on my new machine that it was built to do with all the games I put on it to start doing all this new stuff for you guys because it's not reliable. I can't be in the middle of a live stream and whoops, it rebooted. I just can't take the chance. My 1800X has been nothing but solid. It's been nothing but stable. It doesn't give me any grief in any which way of the form. And looks like right now that's still my main desktop. So guys, I hope this steers you in the right direction. Everybody's video card, everybody's motherboard, everybody's setup is going to be different. As far as the AIO goes by itself, I'm impressed with it. If you're looking at a different configuration, maybe you run an NVIDIA card, maybe this won't have any grief with an NVIDIA card, who knows? Maybe it wouldn't have a grief with a Sapphire AMD card, I don't know. I can only tell you how I tested it in the test bench, getting to freezing issues with 580s. So any of the RX 5 series, RX 570, 560, 580, 590, I'm going to say you're going to have the freeze up issue. Other than that though, it ran. It did not give me grief after the initial freeze up. Moving on to more modern hardware. So I'm running the Ryzen 3600X. I have 64 gigs of RAM in here. This machine is decked. Stupid fast M.2s. I've done everything to make this a dream machine build, other than I wanted a 5700 XT. But then when I seen the BIOS options for this video card, I said, you know what, I'm going to save $200 and I'm going to buy this card and I'm going to be fast enough. Well, that is true. When I'm gaming and the machine is reliable, I'm happy. But when you're gaming with your buddies and all of a sudden, you're gone. I don't even bother rebooting the computer up. I just go to bed or I walk away with my head down. Anyway guys, I could ramble on about this for a long time because this has been over roughly a month of headache, despair, getting desperate, motherboard swap after the motherboard died, and so on. And I'm still not stable. So that is my review at this point of the Aorus 360 addressable RGB water pump, or AIO, sorry, from Gigabyte. Till next time guys, it has not been fun and games, but it is game over.